Howdy, partners. How you doing this evening? This is Mosey Along, host of PWT News. And welcome to Food for Fowder. And today we're talking about the Iranian deal. Tonight, the White House is signaling that a fast emerging deal with Iran is taking shape, though both sides insist that nothing is final. According to reporting from the Western Journal and CNN, negotiators are working on a memorandum of understanding that would halt fighting, reopen the Strait of Hormuz, and begin the long process of de-escalation. Our press posted on Truth Social that he would accept, quote, only a great deal or no deal at all, end of quote. He also emphasized that this agreement will be the opposite of the Obama-era JCPOA, which he continues to describe as a, quote, direct path to nuclear weapon, end of quote. Iran, meanwhile, says, quote, a degree of understanding, unquote, has been reached, but warns that signed agreements is not imminent and could take up to 60 days. Secretary of State Marco Rubio confirmed that both sides are walking on the framework, but stressed that the final product is still a work in progress. U.S. officials told the New York Times that approval could come within days, though Iran's foreign ministry is far more cautious. So what's actually on the table? A halt to active fighting, reopening the Strait of Hormuz, a phased release of Iranian assets, a possible tolling scheme for ships, something Iran has pushed before, and a political gamble that easing tensions will stabilize global oil markets. But critics warn that any concessions could embolden Iran's hardliners. Analysts point out that after killing of Qasem Soleimani in 2020, Israel pursued assassinated plots against U.S. officials. And some believe a new deal won't stop that behavior. Now here's the part that deserves a raised eyebrow. While Washington is trying to stitch together a fragile peace in the Middle East, the administration is simultaneously projecting confidence about its ability to manage global affairs, even as domestic fractures widen. Several U.S. states are openly discussing succession movements. Canada and Cuba have already pushed back against American overreach. And Greenland, that was never more than a geopolitical daydream. Which brings us to the uncomfortable comparison. Even Hitler, yes, Hitler, understood that if you antagonize every neighbor at once, they will eventually band together against y'all. History is full of tyrants who believe they can expand outward while their own foundations were cracking beneath them. So the question becomes, what makes this administration believe it can waltz into Greenland, stumble into Cuba, and reach into Canada while parts of his own union are threatening to walk away? Foreign policy isn't just about strength abroad. It's about stability at home. And right now, America is negotiating with Iran while juggling internal fractures. existing pushback, and a global community that is no longer willing to nod politely. Mosey along with that your food for fodder. Stay safe, stay alert, and remember, even Rome fell to the barbarians.